Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Going Through It. I am Kenechi.
And I'm Natalie. Thanks for joining us today. And remember that you can find us on the following platforms: YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play.
We wanted to make it easy for you guys to find us. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at @goingthrough_it. Now, today's topic is a spicy one for you guys. We're going to talk about orgasms. And if you have kids in the room right now, you might want to shoo them away. Let them go ahead and go and play. So, why are we talking about orgasms, Natalie?
Because not enough is happening. Just not enough.
I recently read some statistics about the female orgasm and was flabbergasted because they said, according to ABC News, 75% of women never reach an orgasm from intercourse alone. Isn't that insane? So that really means that 75% of women without like a sex toy or some sort of clitoral stimulation never reach orgasm.
Okay.
Think about all the sex people are having. Like, that's mind-blowing.
I knew it wasn't a lot, but I didn't know it was that much. That's a lot.
Right? But get this, it gets even worse. 10 to 15% of women never, under any circumstances, have an orgasm. I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad for them.
Wait, I mean,
like never, ever.
Okay, no, there's got to be reasons for that. Those got to be medical reasons.
Well, I actually know someone who was telling me recently they've only ever experienced 2 orgasms in their whole life.
What kind?
And they've been having sex for, I would say, over a decade.
They've been having sex for over a decade.
Mm-hmm. So imagine doing all that action, all that whatever, and you only get to really, really have a good time twice. That's sad.
Well, I mean, don't say a good time, because you still can have a good time having sex without ever.
Yeah, but that's why I said good time.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Good time, and then you have good time with the orgasm.
Yeah, I got you. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, I
think that's not fair.
It's not. It's really not, and I can believe those statistics because it's actually takes a lady a lot more than a guy to
yes, it does.
Reach an orgasm,
So we know this topic is taboo for a lot of people. A lot of people don't like talking about sex. And, we're here to save the day and give you a little bit of insight and talk about why we think this may be. So we're going to tell you guys our experiences with discovering our orgasms and go from there.
So how are you going through it with orgasms?
I am quite okay. I am
good.
So guys, just, a little disclaimer. I am married, but my husband really doesn't care about me talking openly about my past experiences. So yeah, in my marriage, I would say I'm very okay with orgasms, but I haven't always experienced them with previous partners.
Okay.
Do you remember? I vividly remember my very first orgasm without myself involved. Do you?
I do. It's actually with the person I'm with right now.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
But that's penetration. Obviously, clitoral.
Yeah. So I'll just go back a little bit in my history. So Natalie, you are actually involved in this story. I don't know if you remember it or not, but
I'm sure I do.
So when I think we were in the 7th grade, so we were like 13, 12, whatever it was, we had this mutual friend. I'm not gonna say her. Well, I could say her name. You could bleep it out. You remember? So we won a 3-way conversation, and she was telling us that she's like exploring with herself. Remember, she said she used to use the hot dogs.
Yes.
So, okay, so since her name is not out there, I'm just going to tell you guys. So she would tell us that, she used to use hot dogs to masturbate. And I thought that was so interesting. Like, what? I think up until that point, like, I knew of masturbation, but I had never tried it before. And she would tell us like, oh, I got 3 today. I got 4 today. You don't remember?
together? No, wait, no, I remember the idea. I don't remember the details, but she like would clump together. Why not get a cucumber then? Like,
I don't know, but that's what she had in her house. And, I would be like,
oh,
isn't that cold? Because it's in the fridge. And she's like, yeah, it actually feels good.
yeah.
Or whatever. So, yeah. And after that, I think I started experimenting not with hot dogs, people, with my good old hands.
Mhm.
And yeah, once I knew what it was like, I was like, oh, this is what I'm missing out on. And then once I had sex with someone, I could never get to that point that I could get to myself with them. Yeah. It was always a struggle.
Mhm.
And my other friends, they were like, girl, no, I needed clitoral stimulation to even get to that point anyway. And my other friends was like, no, the penetration is the best part or whatever. And I'm like, just doesn't do it for me.
Mhm. We have the same experience, as in like for me it's that rather than
And I would with the first guy in particular, I would try to be like, oh, a little bit more here, try to take his hand, and just was not getting it. Like some guys think they know, especially if they're especially if they're experienced, they think they know your body. And what they fail to realize is each woman is different and you have to cater to that person's needs. So I would say a few years down the line, it was somebody completely different. And just thinking about it now, it's like, whoo. So I had never expected to feel this feeling. I had given up on it because it had been a few people after now. And it was someone who liked me for a long time, wasn't attracted to him, wasn't anything like that. And, I was just being a little rebel. We had sex. And do you want to know the position?
Yeah.
So the position was he like picked me up. And it's like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was like that kind of thing. And I screamed.
Yeah.
And he stopped immediately because he was like, what? Did I hurt you? Are you okay? But it was the first time that I had a vaginal orgasm and I had no idea what was happening. And I didn't want him to feel too good about himself. So I was like, oh, no, nothing. I had to downplay it. But it was just like, this is what I'm missing.
Yeah. You should have let him know though.
No,
he knows what he's doing. How many people out there actually know what they're doing?
That's true. But you know what? I was embarrassed to admit that I had never had that before.
Oh, well, did you know at the time that it's actually not in the beginning of meeting someone, and if you don't say anything, you're probably not going to get an orgasm?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think I watched a lot of porn and stuff, and I had this idea of what sex should be like and how you should be. So I faked it a lot. I didn't want to hurt the first person I was with. He just felt like he knew what he was doing. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't perfect for me to get to that point.
You didn't expect what to get or what to do, I assume.
Huh?
You didn't expect what you were going to get, and I guess you didn't know what to do either.
Yeah, and for me back then, it was more about the guy. Like you want the guy to think you're the shit. You want to leave them with like a lasting memory. So it's less about me being pleased and more of a performance back then. And then the other person, just a disclosure here for people out there. I haven't been with a lot of people. I know a lot of women say that, but I haven't been with a lot of people. So I'm really going to try to keep my stories vague because I don't want people out there to be able to pinpoint who exactly I'm talking about. Oh, the computer is dying. I'm back. So I was saying that I don't have a lot of partners. I'm not going to put a number out there because that's nobody's business, but I would just say I could count on my hands. That's it. And yeah, but people tend to think if you don't have a lot of partners, you're not experienced. And what I found is that is not technically true. You could have a lot more sex than someone with 30 freaking partners and better sex with how many of a little bit of partners you have. So be aware of that, guys. But anyway, so moving on, the next guy that I was with after him was a long-term relationship. And this was, let's just say it was love. It was not about the sex at all. And we broke up for a bit and I had gotten, well, I'm just going listen, I go with my husband. I can give him that props, right? Why not? Give him that props.
Yeah.
He's in a very serious job and shit like that. So if anybody ever came across it, I don't want them to know his business, but whatever. So we had like a spicy summer, and you just never expected. And I had my first multiple orgasm that I didn't even know freaking existed. I didn't know it was a thing until it happened. And I think the difference was I was so comfortable with my husband. And the difference with him, he's more about me pleasuring me and me enjoying the experience. Whereas my previous partners, it was more about them getting
Yeah.
whatever they needed. And even for me, it was more about them. Whereas with him, it's more about me too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of been my experience, and that's where I am. And after that, it was just like, I demand an orgasm. I deserve it. I feel like if I'm going to do anything, if I'm going to put anything in my mouth, if I'm going to do any hand motions, if I'm going to do anything, I deserve an orgasm too. And ladies, you need to demand it.
Yep.
So
I feel like we're not really going through it because, like, well, I got to give my whole spiel, I guess, now.
Yes.
Okay, so your girl here lost her virginity at 19, like way late in the game, but that's okay because like that was a whole blazing mess. However, this dude was hot, like yo, couldn't even be next to him and be dry for like the no, it was just this was it. If I was gonna lose it, this was the dude. Anyway, so with him, I don't know if I experienced an orgasm with him. However, I did enjoy the sex because it was like, ooh, yes, human body, hot guy, like.
Yeah, and you can enjoy it without an orgasm, but it's just better with.
Yeah. I guess I came to orgasms later because I mean, his head was good, never got there though, or whatever. Point was, I was just getting my hormones out. That's what it was, you know? And like I was learning, like I was there, he was the dummy. I was like, yo, I need to be like motherfucking queen out here, you know? So that was a thing. However, yo, the way he would give head was so cute. He was like gardening, and I'm like, I love you, thank you, you know?
Oh, okay.
You know? So there's that guy. And then I had a one night stand, which was amazing.
That's a whole podcast within itself.
Yo.
One night stands.
Yo, now that was an orgasm. It was just sucked. It was on a beach, yo. Sand all over the place.
And that was your first orgasm?
I guess.
With someone?
Wow.
Your one night stand. That is insane.
You are seeing this live, people. Wow.
She just came to a realization, folks.
Because I really thought it was with the next guy, but no, this was a good ass one night stand. Like, shit. What do we talk about here? Because like it really was all in the tongue. It was all in the tongue. Oh, it wasn't penetration. That's what that is. It wasn't penetration. My first penetration orgasm was with my boyfriend after that one night stand sometime later. Now that, dude, we would go all night, and then I would not be able to walk the next motherfucking day.
Yes, bitch. Yes. That's how you know it's good.
Yeah, dude, I would sleep extra hours because he knocked me the fuck out. I'm like, yo.
It's like you can't function the next day.
No, it was a mess. Like, thank God I work in like nightlife because like, shit, if I had a 9 to 5 job, I would have been late. 9 to 5, I said, yeah. Like, actually, he's an asshole, but that sex life was awesome. And yeah, and I think I also experienced multiple orgasms with him too because like, I mean, how could you not when you're doing it that fucking long? And like he was there, he found the spot, and he was pretty big, so it was just that's why it was so hard to get over his ass, yo.
It did take you a minute. Good sex could do that to you sometimes, you know?
And then here with my current boyfriend of 3 years, he's consistent. I like this. I'm not tired the next day, which is like, I'm okay with that, but I'm still getting it, you know? Like I'm still getting orgasms, and even like multiple orgasms, penetration, and like different levels too, which was what was interesting. Cause like with him, I felt more intense ones,
Mm-hmm.
but I also felt like little ones. It was
Yeah.
like I could tell it was an
Before a
orgasm,
big one. Yeah. Yeah.
which was interesting. So that's where I'm at right now.
That's what happens to me. I get like little ones, little ones, little ones, and then it's like a big, big, big one.
Hmm.
And then I get little ones that roll into the other one after. Yeah.
Ooh,
So
ooh.
but it's only with him. And I think let's talk about why they say 70% of women struggle to have orgasm if they are not being
Wait, I'm
stimulated.
really excited. Can I tell you what my goals are though?
What are your goals?
To have both of them at the same time.
Why you've never had that?
I mean, almost, but like we get so into it, something stops, and I'm like, what
Girl,
the
let
shit?
me tell you something. You need, if you don't want to use your finger, get you a vibrator, okay? And while you're being penetrated, put that bitch right on your clit.
Mm,
And then it's like, I don't even know how to describe the feelings. Like,
probably
so
beautiful.
wait, so then you've never squirted then, or have you?
Oh, I've girl, factory over here. This waterfalls. Yes, I have, and yes, I
Okay,
do.
okay,
It's a
okay,
mess.
okay. And who was the first person you did that with?
My current one, surprisingly,
Why surprisingly?
because my last one I never did. However, it was multiple, and I was knocked out the next day. So
Yeah.
I don't know what triggers that
I
stuff.
think it's a comfort level for me. Okay, so back to the statistics.
Okay.
70% of women cannot orgasm without clitoral stimulation. Then you drop that down, only 15 to 20% of women can orgasm with just penetration alone. But there are so many more women who have just never ever ever experienced an orgasm, and I'm like, how? You have 10 fingers. Some people have 12.
Well,
Either which way.
maybe masturbation is a thing they're personally like uncomfortable with, or
I know, and that's why I want to tell you guys out there, if you are a woman, you've never had an orgasm, that is sad. We are here to help you. And I'm just gonna say you
not like
cannot
some people sad. It's like you should like it's
yeah, 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 yeah. Like you're missing
beautiful.
out. You deserve that feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you cannot be scared of yourself. You cannot expect someone else to know how to please you, to know which ways to rub and what to do if you yourself have not explored. You sometimes your man is gonna need guidance. They're all not
They
gonna
will.
come just knowing everything. So get some alone time where you feel like nobody's gonna bust the door open on you. We're talking 18 and older because I'm not gonna promote, you know,
Mhm.
it's happening, but I'm just not gonna promote it. Um, although I did it, but that's a whole different story.
Listen to what I say, not what I do.
Yeah, that's a whole other story. I'm talking to the adult folks out there. Find some alone time and just explore your body. Get some toys if you need to. I find a lot of women are embarrassed to even go to the sex store. While meanwhile, I'm all up in that bitch like, excuse me, what does this do? Have you tried this? Have you tried this? I'm talking to the people up in there like, I
I've
don't care.
I've only been to one, and that was recently. Actually, no, I've been to a couple, but it was always with somebody else. I only been to one recently by my damn self, and I was having a heart attack because I'm like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and it could show on my face.
Yeah, I get my whole entire life. I see the strap-ons, not that I use any, but I mean, I just see all the extraness and I'm just like, oh, okay. And then I also people watching, I'm nosy to see who's buying what too.
Mhm.
So just explore. And another thing, if you're with someone and you find that you're struggling, a toy might be a good option. For me, I was in a long-term relationship and this person had erectile dysfunction. And
I know who.
no!
I already know who. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm not saying any names. Just
You don't got. I know, and that's all that matters.
I love this person dearly. Like, I thought I was really, really in love. So I was willing to put up with anything. For me, if I love you and your dick falls off tomorrow, I'm not gonna leave you. I'm still gonna be with you. But my problem with him was you cannot perform, you can't do what you need to do, but you don't want to involve toys. Somehow that made him feel more inadequate instead of thinking like, hey, wherever I'm lacking, maybe I could get a toy so she can still be happy. So instead, at the end of it, he was the only one happy. And that kind of frustrated me. And it was like an on and off relationship. And once I found someone who did, you know, everything that I needed, and I went back to him, it was like a struggle. That's why when I thought about like threesomes and stuff like that, I was like, oh, hell no. Because once you get something good, it's no going back. So that's how it was. Like once I knew what it was like to be in love with somebody and have good sex, because I didn't think both existed. You could have everything, It was just like, all right, I can't settle. So I
I'm
think
so glad you didn't.
yeah, that could have been my life. That could have definitely been my life. Um, so it's important to have.
But on top of that, it wasn't emotionally rewarding.
Yeah, no. So that's what I'm saying.
Just being with him, period.
Yeah, if you're bad in bed and you're a dickhole, it just doesn't work. If,
No.
if the actual dick doesn't work, then you need to be a fucking angel. You need to be good to whoever you're with, or just be willing to try new shit.
Yeah.
I think one time I got him to experiment and try something new, and before we could even finish, it was over with. And I was just, it was just frustrating. It
Yeah.
was frustrating.
About like being a man or being a woman or whatever. It's really about helping another person achieve wellness, because this is what.
Exactly. And not being selfish. I think that's the main thing. And the difference with the person I'm with now is that it's open dialogue. Like, what's working for you? What's not working for you? You want to try this toy? Let's try this toy. It's like whatever you're into. Well, we're both crazy as hell, batshit crazy and into stuff. So it's just, I would say finding someone you're mutually compatible with. And in terms of squirting, so many friends was like, when you feel like you need to pee, that's when you need to squirt. That's what it. I was like, oh my
Really?
god, yeah,
Really? My
yeah.
shit just happens.
No, you could hold it back. You could prevent it from happening. Yes,
Not
that
with this
means you're
one.
super, super comfortable. So I would always hold that back. And remember that guy that I was telling you that was doing like this, and I screamed, is because I felt myself about to do this, like, and I was like freaking the fuck out. But with the person I'm with now, it's just comfort. It's like whatever comes out, it comes out. Like, even if God forbid it was pee, which is not, the liquid is whatever. We're not gonna get into those. Yeah,
Including pee, but it's like a little bit.
exactly. He doesn't care. I don't care. It's all about having fun and having a good time. So that's what I would say. If you want to squirt, it's all about a comfort level for most women. Or even just orgasming. Some
Yeah.
people, I know I had a friend, she was like, oh my God, my face looks so stupid. Even I used to be worried about that. Like you're trying to have a cute face, like a cute, coming face when you're acting and stuff. Like with the guy I'm with now, like I don't care. I probably look like I'm possessed by a demon.
Yeah. I worry about that when I'm not doing it. When I'm doing it, it's like, fuck it.
No, I know I look like a possessed demon. I know.
Which is
Yeah.
what turns them on.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah. They want to be like, yeah, I got her looking crazy because of this dick. Like,
That's exactly what my husband says. Yeah, like I like that. Yeah. Husband Darius, I'm sorry if I'm putting you out there. I know you have an image, but it is what it is.
Appetite, so
I know. So, what are your recommendations for people who have never had an orgasm or are struggling?
Well, definitely you gotta figure something else. Figure something out by yourself. Let's take a pause real quick. So, what advice I have for people? Definitely, you have to like be with yourself and see what you can do. And you know what? Sometimes it does take another person, but you can't rely on that either.
No.
And the most important thing about all of this, in order to, like, because it is an experience, you have to be comfortable. So if you're not comfortable with yourself, you're probably
It's not gonna happen. Yeah. You
so.
can't worry about your chichos, how it looks. You can't worry about your face. You can't worry about anything. You
No.
just have to be free and open to experiencing it.
I tell you one thing: if you're naked in front of them right now, willingly, they already want you. Don't worry about that stuff.
Exactly. Before we finish, though, I wanted to touch on something which I don't think I've ever had this conversation with anyone. Orgasms in gay relationships.
Girl, I don't got experience in that.
Because
So,
you know, guys, they have their prostate
mhm.
in the booty, right? And a lot of, well, I've heard a lot of gay men say that that orgasm is crazy. So, as a straight woman, would you ever have butt play with your guy if he was into it and not think he's gay because that's where their G spot is?
I'm definitely open to it. I can't say how I'm going to react when I'm actually there,
Yeah.
because I'm sure I'd be down if he was a woman. um, but I don't see why I wouldn't. I don't know. I think I'd be alright. However, there is a way to reach that spot without using penetration.
There is. You're talking about the perineum,
Yeah. If
but
you
it's
don't,
not.
huh?
Huh? Go ahead.
I was gonna say if they don't know, it's that space between the anus and the ball sack,
The balls.
where
Yeah.
where the vagina is supposed to be. So
The
interesting
balls.
when you see that stuff and it's like, this is where I'm supposed to be, but this is where you are.
I know.
We're,
Sorry, that brought back some memories to me. But just being down there is interesting within itself,
oh,
just but yeah, I would love to talk to like a gay couple or just gay people in general because I'm not sure all lesbians use dildos though.
no, I don't think so. I mean,
But you
so many toys. There's so many way like.
Yeah, but then without your finger, without penetration, that means you're only having like a clitoral orgasm,
Hmm.
which is that's what I'm saying, like the different kinds of sex and the different
Yeah.
so I want
And
somebody who could describe it.
I gotta tell you something. But there is a way to get an orgasm, just getting your nipples sucked.
Oh, yeah. Well, n- nipple sucks, I can get close, but not quite all the way there. So
Mm,
you have gotten all the way there.
mm-hmm. I
Wow.
know.
You go, girl. High five to the screen.
My last guy liked he needed that to like get there.
Neither what?
Licking of the nipples.
Oh, yeah, guys, like, they have the same sensation. But he needed it though?
He needed it. He needed it.
Wow.
Which is the first time heard of it and encountered it.
Oh, so he's the one who can get there to orgasm, not you.
No, no, I can
Oh, okay, okay.
on top of
Yeah.
stuff.
No, like every guy I've been with has like that. The
Really?
nipple suck. They have the same amount of nerve endings as we do.
Which I understand, but every single guy besides him that I've been with was like, it doesn't do nothing.
No, girl. All the guys I've been with, they'd be like, yeah, more like, they like that shit.
Oh,
So
okay. That actually sounds like fun.
yeah. And that's the other thing too. Can I just tell you something that I could not even dream? So there's this one guy, it was like a two-time thing or whatever. Um, he was like so macho, macho, macho. So I like grabbing butts, right? I don't know. It's like I want to grab it and you know, but I grabbed his butt and he immediately got soft. And then after he was just like, that's gay. Don't touch my butt. I don't want anybody touching my butt. It was just, he was so like, machismo. I don't know. He just had to be, I don't like people like that. Don't
Yeah.
be down to explore it. You're sleeping with a girl. So if you're sleeping with a girl, ain't nothing about sleeping with a girl gay. Excuse me. I don't care whatever it is. It's
Wait,
nothing about
what?
he was saying that me grabbing his butt makes him feel like he's gay. So I'm
Oh,
saying if you're sleeping with a girl, there's no way that you're gay if I just grab your butt.
yeah.
First of all, guys' butts are one of the most sensitive parts of their bodies anyway. I don't know, but that kind of guy is not for me. There's this other guy. I didn't sleep with him, so I never had an orgasm or anything with that guy because he just like turned me off. It was just, I don't know what I was thinking. Whatever, I was trying to be a rebel. But anyway, there was this other guy. I never slept with him, and the reason why I never slept with him because he said he would never eat me out.
Oh, good night. DJ Khaled out of here.
And the nerve of him, I wanted to be in a relationship. He was like, who buys the car without test driving it first? So before he made it official, he wanted to have sex with me. At that time, he would have only been the second person I had ever slept with. And I was like, dude, no, you gotta lick this kitty cat before you get anywhere near it. So I did try, but it never went anywhere because I need that stimulation. That's how I, get excited.
I'm glad you dodged that bullet.
I know. And then I was thinking, like, I hope if you're out there and you're listening to this, I hope you got over that. Because anybody sleeping with you after that and you don't do that, that's lame, dude. That's lame. Ugh. Yeah. So guys like that turn me off. You're supposed to be willing to do whatever it takes to make your partner happy.
Wait a minute, but we're in the era of booty eating.
Well, that's now, but back then, we were younger, and it was just like, especially back then, it used to.
It's kind of like not a thing.
Yeah, but no. It was not a thing for like Black men in the community. It was like embarrassing to them. Like, oh no, you eat fish, you bow down, you blah 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 blah. Whereas the Hispanic guys that I used to date used to be like, yo, what's up with, what's up?
Really?
Willing and open, yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't.
They love it, in my experience. But the Black guys I would talk to, they would always act like they didn't want to do it. And I was just like, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's just my last advice. Be willing to experiment and do whatever it takes. If you love your partner, do whatever it takes to make that person satisfied and happy. If it's a passerby, then I don't know. At that point, I don't feel like anyone is entitled to do anything for you. If it's just like a pass by kind of thing. Like, if it happened, like a one night stand, yeah. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. But I don't feel like you're obligated.
Yeah. Huh? You show up and you do it. You know, because like the whole point of a one night stand is to get your fix and go. It's not like, oh, this is what I mean. Yes, obviously, this is what I like, but. Yeah. To get extensive, congratulations if you can get that, but I don't think that's the norm with the little bit I had.
Yeah, and to be honest, with a one night stand, I'm not even sure I would be down to do fellatio on him. I don't like. I'm a paranoid person, and I don't know where people have been, so it takes me a while to actually. Like able to get to that point.
Did you actually shower? Because I know you're not gonna want me to do this with a condom. So how about we not?
Wait, if it's a one night stand?
Yeah.
What? No condom?
No, I know, but they like try to say that shit. And I'm like, nah. Good night.
Forget the shower. What about all the damn STDs?
I know, right?
At that point, if you're having a one night stand with me, I'd probably be thinking, how many one night stands you done had for the rest of this week? I don't know what coochie you've been. Right. But hygiene is a whole nother topic, guys.
Point is, shower once a day at the least.
At the least, please. Don't play basketball and then come and try to whip anything out and be like, let's go at it. Nobody wants sweaty balls.
And rinse it. Or something.
Yeah. Oh, another thing why some women struggle just in having sex with people in general is that they're worried about their smell, the odor, or whatever they have. Like your vagina is supposed to have a smell. It's not something that has no scent whatsoever. They're different, a healthy smell,
Oh, that's a whole nother podcast too, because you have so many products to tell you, oh, we're pH balanced, oh, we do this, oh, you smell like fucking fresh meadow, da-da-da-da. No, it's not supposed to do that.
It does not smell like a fucking fresh meadow.
Oh, the only thing a vagina is supposed to smell like is either nothing like skin, like a vagina, which is a little fishy, or
I wouldn't even describe it as fish. Like
sometimes
musky. Like
yeah, I don't know.
Not musty, like musky. Like
I don't know. It's human. That's what it smells like. Human.
Exactly. But I would say fish, when it's like fish, it might be something off. Like if it's a strong fish then. Not
Right.
like,
Because that happens after a long time. A long
yeah. So fish, your pH might be off. You might be a little yeasty. You might have BV or something. Fish is like a strong word, I feel like.
Yeah. Just one more thing, since we're here, ladies, please know you do not need to douche. You do not need to go.
Oh my gosh. No.
Because the vagina is self-cleaning. All you need to wash is like the outsides, the clit, the thing, the labia.
Absolutely do not douche. I learned that in ninth grade from my favorite teacher, Miss Sassine. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Mhm.
Yes, do not douche. It causes more harm than it does good.
Mhm.
Okay, vagina is self-cleaning. So
It has everything to do with pH and everything with lubricancy and the fact that the vagina is the most absorbent part of the human body for a female.
yes, if you feel like something is off, visit your gynecologist before you try to do anything crazy.
Because legit, it really could be something else.
And now a brief conversation with an anonymous guest.
All right, guys. So I have someone here on the phone with me that I've had a previous conversation with. So she doesn't even know what it is about. So I'm just going to remind her. And we're not saying her name because this is personal business and nobody needs to know. Okay. She's not part of the podcast. So remember one time we were talking about sex, right?
Uh-huh.
And you were saying that you're not into cunnilingus. That's when the man eats you out.
Right, yes.
Yes. So why is it? Well, it's three questions. So one, why is that? Why don't you like it? Well, you said nobody has ever done it to you, correct?
Right. At that point when we had the conversation.
Ah!
I am very scornful.
Uh-huh.
And even though I am very particular about my body, I wash it, as often as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I still felt like down there was, not clean.
So it wasn't about, sorry to cut you off. It wasn't about a guy not wanting to do it to you. It was about you not wanting them to do it, or no one ever offered.
Yes.
To just to be clear, to you not wanting them to do it.
Yes.
Okay. So my second question is, because you said prior to that at that point, right? So
Yes.
at that
When
point,
we first had that conversation.
yes. Okay, I understand. Well, at that point, did you have an orgasm? Because let me just give you some of the statistics. 70% of women need clitoral stimulation, some type of clitoral stimulation, which I guess you could still have stimulation without a tongue, so that's possible.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
seeing that
the guy can use his finger.
yes, so you would say you've had an orgasm at that point without cunnilingus.
Yes.
Would you say you've had? Oh, but what?
But not often.
Okay, so have you? And that's only with the stimulation, right?
Yes.
So, which means you've never had one vaginally with just penetration, with just penis in vagina.
Yes.
Okay, so our topic today is orgasms and why many women don't have orgasm or are not able, and it's because usually they're not comfortable with themselves. So when you say like you didn't want someone to perform that on you because you felt like there is just not clean, it makes sense. So you said at that point, which means since you've had it.
Yes.
um,
And I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Look at you, girl. Yes, we're fine. What you say?
I have no hesitation now.
And when I told you it, when I was like, what? Are you crazy? Like, now you see? So,
Yeah.
okay, you are, let's just say a middle-aged woman, right? And you went majority of your life without this. So,
Right.
can you explain to us the difference in the sex? But like how you feel knowing that you were missing out on this all your life. And my question is, didn't you have any friends who told you to try? Because I had many friends who told me, no, I'll never do that. And I convinced them, try it once. So,
Well, the friends I had to see, we didn't really discuss sex like that. And my age group, we all felt like, that was nasty. So we wouldn't discuss it.
oh,
And now I think that, this is the best time of my life now.
well,
Sexually, it's the
excuse me.
best time I'm having.
Yeah, well, I was watching something and they said older women, usually they say for women their prime is in their 30s, but new studies are showing, new studies are showing that it's actually older.
Yeah. Well, what happens too, it varies with the woman, on account of menopause.
Yeah. So they
So,
say while during menopause you kind of don't want anyone to touch you because you're hot, you're cold, you're whatever. But once you're past that, it's
not
like you're
everyone.
always hot. You always want to have sex.
Right. Not everyone goes through that phase because
Okay.
I have never had that problem. The hot and cold and whatever. I didn't go through that. What I went through was a heightened,
Sexual arousal.
yes, thirst or hunger, not thirst actually, hunger. My sexual craving was heightened, and I can understand it.
Well, that is pretty normal. Like I said, studies have shown that is pretty normal.
Yeah.
So when you guys are out there
the
thinking,
doctor
once you get,
explained
sorry.
Sorry, the doctor did explain that to me. That some women they totally hate sex, whereas some again just want to have sex, and that is exactly what happened with me.
Yeah. So when you guys are out there thinking, once you get old, you're just going to become a prune and you're not going to want anything that is not factual.
Not everyone goes through that.
Well, I can say, just to sum up, I am very happy that you got out of your shell and you were able to experience that because I cannot imagine life without that. Sex without cunnilingus is not sex at all to me, in my eyes. I'm sorry you had to wait until you were in in your midlife, but I'm happy that you did decide. But what made you eventually decide to just let somebody try it? That hunger?
The person did not ask.
Just did.
Yes.
Oh, okay. But who? I'm trying to think. People don't usually ask though.
No.
No, they just do it. But you know what? This could be a generational thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a generational thing. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for your input. As I was saying, this is anonymous, so we're not going to expose the person's identity. Thanks for contributing to our topic today. And
You're welcome.
continue enjoying your sex life.
Thank you.
Bye.
So, yeah, usually people don't ask because what they do is like kissing down your tummy, and that's your
They
time.
just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's not even a
sometimes
question.
I'll laundry while we doing this.
Or for me, I just put your head on down. I wait to go, let's just guide it on down. You know, men do that to us.
Yeah.
So, all right. Any thoughts on older women and their sex life? How do you feel about that? So when I called this person, I had no idea that they have since experienced
Mm-hmm.
cunnilingus. So that was a bit of a shock to me.
I mean,
How do you feel about all of that?
I mean, okay, in not realizing the age group, the generation they grew up in, the time they grew up in, and other influences and all that, it is surprising, but it's like, okay, so this person is in midlife right now. Back in the day, it was pretty like we're evolving in what we like to do in our sex lives now, you know?
Oh, because I felt like in their time it kind of went back. Because Kama Sutra is from thousands of years ago. I mean, freaking monkeys perform oral sex.
Right, but when did the Western world know of this Eastern technique?
I think,
Probably like the 80s or something. Maybe. I gotta look that up. But
yeah, because I think in the 20s they used to explore a little. I could be mistaken, but I think in the 20s they used to explore more with their sexual. It wasn't like, oh, we have to wait till marriage kind of thing. And then coming about like to the 40s, the 50s, that's when like the American Housewife and Save Your Virtue, and because I don't know if it's on Netflix or it was BuzzFeed where they did like a sexual revolution kind of thing. They went through all the years and what it meant.
Look at that.
Yeah. I don't know. That made me feel sad. I'm so happy for her because when she said that, when I told her about it, she's like, "Ew, ew, that is nasty." I was like, "No."
You don't know what else we eat. Okay. I think we're good. Always practice safe sex. Always, 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 always. Oh, it's just this one time. No, always. Practice safe sex. And if you got comments, you want to leave comments, leave them down below. If you got questions, leave them down below. If there's new things you want to let us know about, please let us know.
And give us some feedback so we can get better moving forward. All right. Go ahead.
No, one more thing. Let us know what other way you want us to explore this topic because there is so much we can talk about.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about sex a lot. Just FYI, I used to want to be a sex therapist before I decided to do communications. But yeah, I decided.
You would be really good at that.
People tell me that, but I'm just like, you know what? What if I want to own a school? That's my whole thing. I want to work with kids. Parents are gonna have a problem if all I do is talk about sex and stuff.
Listen,
so I gotta have to switch it up. But
in this world of Instagram and all this, you're gonna be all right. Do you?
That's true. But yeah, it's one of my favorite subjects.
All right, see you guys. Take care.
Thanks for listening to Going Through It with Nat and Kenechi. Today we didn't go through much, but hopefully you'll go ahead and have an orgasm. Bye, guys.
Bye.